this big story as we lead the coverage, tracking all angles and updates. Let's open this up. Joining us, Ellen Rao, former DCP of Delhi Police. Dr Nikhil Raheja is a psychiatrist at HCR Institute of Psychiatry. Sajjad Karjili, political analyst, and Professor Geeta Bhatt, academician, political analyst. That's our panel. Good evening to all of you. Mr. Rao, how do you see this, sir? I think we've lost that line with Ellen Rao, but Geeta Bhatt, Sajjad was not just living in with... Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Rao, if you can hear me now, the first question was for you.
Right.
Yes.
What would be the first question?
What do you make of this murder, sir? Murder, most foul, grisly murder, chilling details of brutality.
See, basically what happens is, what we are experiencing and discussing today is what we call as murder followed by dismembering. Dismembering a body or dismemberment is a sequel to any murder. Most often, there are different categories and forms in which we see, but most often the profiling, the psychological profiling and the situation tells us that it is most likely a defensive form. A defensive form is what? A defensive form of dismembering a body after murder is to defend yourself. It is for hiding. It is for destroying the evidence. It is for, avoiding the penal actions and the repercussions socially, criminally you would face. That is the most common form of a defensive dismemberment. Here it appears to be whether it was a planned, because unfortunately this young girl was not giving it to, was forcing him or was convincing him to get married, or it was in the heat of the moment. Subsequently, what has happened probably is that to protect himself as a defense, he has planned this, being probably an educated person, worked in a call center, lived alone, lived in a live-in relation in metropolitans like Bombay and Delhi. He knew about, we are all exposed to medias and shows and OTTs. He subsequently planned how he can get rid of the evidences, and that's where the brutality also started expressing itself. So looks like a defensive form of a dismemberment.
Okay. Ellen Rao, former DCP, Delhi Police, also with us. Mr. Rao, good evening.
Good evening.
For 18 days, Aftab was living with the dead body of Shraddha, the chopped pieces with which he had stuffed his 226-litre refrigerator.
Yes, this is a very serious matter. It's a brutal murder case in which that person, as Mr. Psychologist has told, that what was maybe the condition of that person who has committed this gruesome murder. And chopping a body, it can be treated as a rarest of the rare case in our terminology of criminal law. So the person who has brutally murdered, and after that he was thinking to dispose it off, so that there cannot be any clue about the dead body. So that depends upon what was his mind and how shrewd or how clever this person was. So now the investigation part is there. Then the police has done a very wonderful job. Mumbai police as well as Delhi police has done a very remarkable piece of investigation. So they have, on the basis of the available evidence, which were evidences after reporting the matter by the parents of this poor girl. So then that investigation links have been connected and dots were joined, and then they could arrest this person. And from the interrogation of this Aftab, then so many other things have been revealed. And then whatever the 35 pieces have been made, how he had disposed of the body, that is all part of his disclosure statement after the thorough interrogation of this man. So further investigation is very crucial and important in this case, so that there is strong evidence can be made against him as a tight proof, because this case cannot be sent as a scot-free case, because during trial it all depends upon the investigation, quality of investigation, quality of the evidences to be collected. Maybe some oral evidence like this.
Okay.
The shopkeeper of the fridge seller.
Right. All that is a matter of investigation, and the details will tumble out as we go along. But Professor Geeta Bhatt, Shraddha was killed because she was blindly in love with Aftab and she was seeking marriage.
Yes, it is really it is rather unimaginable actually that, a boy who looks like to be, anyone in the neighborhood and someone who was working like in a multinational company could commit such a horrendous act. It is unimaginable that how someone could, strangle someone, to murder someone to death and cut someone to pieces to 35 pieces. It is, and we need to laud the Delhi police that they were able to, solve out this case. And my heart goes out to the family of this girl. That, she was, they had probably warned her as as the news is going on, they had warned her not to move in with this particular individual. Maybe they had, some inkling or understanding that his nature was not so good, and also it seems that she had reported that he used to hit her earlier.
Stay with us, more reactions coming in. Can't ignore the political war on this. While the BJP is calling out the selective silence of the ecosystem, the Congress has hit back. The Congress is now slamming the BJP, saying do not communalize.
इसी राजधानी दिल्ली के लाल किले की प्राचीर से प्रधानमंत्री जी का नारा है बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ। उसके बाद उस राजधानी दिल्ली में इस तरह का जघन्य अपराध हो रहा है। अब दूसरा अपराधी जो आज आप बता रही हैं, क्यों हिम्मत नहीं इनकी बढ़ेगी? किस चीज का डर रह गया इनके मनों में, हम पूछना चाहेंगे। इनको पता है कि जब आप बलात्कारियों को, दोषियों को बाइज्जत बरी कर रहे हैं तो इनका भी कुछ नहीं बिगड़ेगा। तुम मरना चाहिए भाजपाइयों को, लानत है भाजपाइयों तुम पर कि बेटियों को बलात्कार करके मौत के घाट उतारा जा रहा है, टुकड़े किए जा रहे हैं, और इसमें भी आप धार्मिक रंग लेकर आ गए। इसमें भी राजनीति लेकर प्रियंका गांधी जी से पूछ रहे हैं। प्रियंका गांधी जी राज्यपाल हैं, प्रियंका गांधी जी मुख्यमंत्री हैं, प्रधानमंत्री हैं, गृह मंत्री हैं। क्या है प्रियंका गांधी?
The person be anybody, strictest, action must be taken. The criminal must be booked, and stringent laws hang criminals. The BJP must get out of this mindset, this rotten mindset of theirs, and talk about women. A murderer is a murderer. Such characters, such people must get whatever possible, the stringent laws. If it is even to be hanged to death, we welcome such a decision.
Sajjad Kargili, what do you make of the response first from the BJP, who's questioning, the BJP is saying that there is no outrage. Why is the ecosystem not coming out with placard protest as they have done it in the past?
When the rapists are scot-free and they are termed as samskari, then these kind of criminals, they get, a sort of encouragement. Now you see they are trying to criminalize and politicize the issue. This is a serious case. We all must condemn such a brutal act in one voice. And these people should not, they must not roam free. They should get severe punishment. But at the same time, we see BJP is, as their habit is always, we see, to make individual crime.
Okay, hold your thoughts, sir. More reactions coming in. I'm sorry to interrupt, but as we speak, reactions coming in thick and fast on Times now. The activists are demanding strictest of punishment. Sample the reactions.
This is very shocking, one of the most shocking cases I can say during my tenure, and I'm absolutely amazed at the audacity of this man. One cannot even imagine the kind of brutality he has perpetrated. He has chopped her off in 36 pieces. Every day 1 or 2 pieces he was disposing of. So I really don't understand where is humanity going and what is happening. Why kill her, and why kill her in such a brutal manner? I think strongest action needs to be taken against him. The Delhi police has arrested him. Investigation is undergoing, but I also want the Delhi police should find out if other people were also helping him in the crime, and if there is some kind of other details that are coming up in the investigation, it should be done properly and strongest punishment should be meted out to him.
actually very unfortunate and unheard of, or we have barely heard such cases, and I think this man should be taken for the highest punishment. I think now the problem will be to kind of forensically prove, because he has taken 6 months to kind of cover up his crime. So I think one has to be very, very carefully investigate this matter, because we have already seen how the courts are reacting to investigations. The onus and very much responsibility of the police to investigate this matter in a very thorough manner.
Dr. Raheja, chilling details of murder are out. Murder of Shraddha's murder are out for us to see. What does it tell you about the mindset of this murderer?
I'm losing your voice, sir. Sorry, the connection is bad. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, is it better, sir? Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, I can hear you.
We've seen the case details. They're chilling, to say the least. What does it tell us about the mindset of the murderer?
See, basically the mindset is, as I told you, most often, there are different forms of dismemberment and such brutal and heinous murders, which is, I told you, the commonest is the defensive. The second commonest, what we call, is an aggressive form, in which, hatred can drive a person to first murder and then dismemberment. And very honestly, the profiling has clearly showed us over years that these are people with inadequate personality. And also they can't feel empathy and they can't relate to emotions. So somewhere they come from that background or that, social upbringing or that emotional upbringing, where ability to feel emotions definitely gets impaired. And once something like this happens, it's a sense of control. Once, when we talk about such brutal way of dismemberment in 35 pieces and disposing of 1 or 2 pieces every day, after a while, a sense of grandiosity, a narcissistic feeling that, yes, I can control things. I am above a common person starts coming in. So
on
this
18th
is
of May this year, thank you, Dr. Raheja, for your inputs. On 18th of May, Shraddha was asleep in their flat in Chhatarpur when Aftab struck, chopped her into 35 pieces, and viewers, over the next 16 days, he disposed of the 35 pieces at least 12 locations in Delhi. That's the detail. I thank all of you, Geeta Bhatt, Ellen Rao, Nikhil Raheja, Sajjad Kargili, for joining us on this big story as Times Now leads the coverage. More breaking inputs coming in. Shraddha's classmate, Rajat Shukla, is now revealing the entire story. Rajat Shukla says that Shraddha was an active student during college days. It was first in 2018 that we heard about Aftab. Many college friends also met him. They assumed that they are in a good relationship. Both of them understood each other, were mature enough, or looked happy together. But the last conversation I had with Shraddha was lost. The spark was not there. Could see something was affecting her. So the friends knew that something was wrong. This is what Shraddha's classmate Rajat Shukla has told Times Now.
विरार का रहवासी हूँ मैं, और वीवा कॉलेज में बैचलर्स इन मास मीडिया में पढ़ाई की थी मैंने, जब मेरी मुलाकात श्रद्धा वालकर से हुई थी। श्रद्धा वालकर वसई की रहवासी थी और कॉलेज के दौरान वो काफ़ी एक्टिव रही। हमारे क्लास में थी, वो पढ़ाई करती थी अच्छे से, दोस्त थे काफ़ी, और थिएटर में भी उसने हिस्सा लिया था हमारे साथ, और काफ़ी अच्छे स्तर पे हम लोगों ने परफॉर्म भी किया था। तो श्रद्धा एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक्टिव लड़की रही कॉलेज के दिनों में। कॉलेज खत्म होते होते 2018 में हमने आफ्ताब के बारे में सुना, काफ़ी दोस्त उससे मिले भी, और लोगों को लगा कि वो लोग एक अच्छे रिलेशनशिप में हैं, दोनों मैच्योर्ड हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे को समझते हैं और दोनों एक दूसरे के लिए अच्छे हैं, ये सभी ने सुना। लेकिन मेरी जो आखिरी बात हुई थी श्रद्धा से, तब श्रद्धा गुमसुम सी नजर आने लगी थी। उसके अंदर जो स्पार्क था वो अब कम हो चुका था। अब ऐसा लगता था कुछ उसको अफेक्ट कर रहा है। दोस्तों से बात करने के बाद पता चला कि उसका जो रिलेशनशिप था वो कहीं ना कहीं टॉक्सिक हो चुका था, शायद आफ्ताब वॉयलेंट हो चुका था। श्रद्धा अपने पिताजी के साथ कनेक्टेड नहीं थी, ऐसा उसने कॉलेज के दौरान बताया था। माता जी के साथ रहती थी वो वसई वेस्ट में। उसे कई सारे दोस्त थे जिनके साथ घूमना फिरना और समय बिताना उसे पसंद था। आफ्ताब और श्रद्धा के रिश्ते के बारे में अधिकतर सभी को पता था, लेकिन ये किसी को नहीं पता था कि ये चीज कभी जाकर एक मर्डर में तब्दील हो जाएगा। आफ्ताब के बारे में जितना भी जाना, आफ्ताब एक बहुत ही औसतन साधारण सा लड़का था, जो कि किसी दिन इस मानसिकता का हो जाएगा इसकी आशा नहीं थी। श्रद्धा की गुमशुदगी की खबर हम सभी दोस्तों के बीच मार्च महीने से हो चुकी थी, और उसके बाद से सब उम्मीद में थे कि वो जल्दी से जल्दी मिल जाए। और अब जब खबर आती है कि उसका मर्डर हो चुका है, वो भी इतने एक संगीन तरीके से, तो दिल दहल जाता है। अब क्योंकि ये खबर हमारे फ्रेंड सर्किल की है, खबर सुनने के बाद दिल दहल सा गया है, डर सा लगने लगा है। पता नहीं है किस पर भरोसा किया जाए, किस पर नहीं, कौन है जो प्रेमी रूप में आएगा और फिर शायद जान ले जाएगा। मेरा
Rajat Shukla, Shraddha's classmate, revealing it all on Times Now. Taking a quick break, viewers. This remains our top focus. Stay with us.